Welcome guys. Today we have the latest patch notes for Lost Ark, and also I'm gonna talk about the marketing changes about this. And on the final part of this video, I'll give you guys some of my recommendations of what I do with items, what will players do, and how would I buy and how would I sell, how would I trade items, what item would I hold, and what are the timings to sell and do what. So I explain this at the end of the video as well. So let's get into the notes first. We'll briefly have a look at the notes. I'm sure some of you might have seen it, and if you haven't, we'll briefly have a look together of the highlights. And also I'll tell you guys what's going to happen to the market and how we're going to make gold, because I've been recording the market prices. So very excited. I haven't actually logged into the game yet. That's how excited I am. So I'll start logging into the game as we look into the notes over here. So there is going to be the average rate Argos. And Argos is going to be 1,370, and this will be an 8-minute rate. And it is said this is going to be very fun. So you can see here, to enter the first phase, you have to be 1,370. There will be some general updates. There will be a little racing game, which will be very interesting. And there will be 7 versus 7, and this will be quite lovely. Now, there will be a competitive Battleground Season 1. I believe this will also come with the merchant exchange. So basically the Battleground exchange will be available. So what we want to do is, once the Battleground is out, we can play Battleground, get special rewards by using the exchange. So there's a lot of rewards we can get. It's like a weekly shop. Very important. Now, the other thing that comes in is there will be new skins and also new login bonus. Now, if you guys have been trading skins, you can see the skin prices have went crazy. Maybe because the video I made, or maybe because people start to be aware of them. So the skins we were looking at was the limited skins with the lawmakers, and also people will look at the premium skins. And also there is, there's a lot of skins people were trading. Now, with a new skin coming to the game, there will be a different supply and different demand, so the existing skin price will definitely change. I'm not sure if they will go up or down, but likely they might change, but it's likely they go down. I just want to be careful with it. So because there's new skins, people might not buy the old skins, right? The limited ones might still sell, but they will not sell as high because there will be less demand. And because there's still same supply and less demand, the price is likely going to fall a little bit. So just be careful if you're holding the skins, and people might rush to sell them. New login bonus. If you guys remember with the logins, my internet's so bad. If you guys remember with the login bonus, the login bonus that we used to have will shift the market on the pouches, because sometimes you get free pouches, sometimes you get free stones. But once players get free pouches, the market for the pouches will change. The level 1, the harmony, level 2, the harmony shards, and also level 3, the honor shards, those will change because people get free pouches from the login event. It is very important to be aware of this. And I still don't know what is going to be new, but once we get into the game, once after the update, we'll look into it, and also to have a look at how that is going to affect the market and which of the days this will affect how much items sell. You might be able to pick up a lot of bargains because people get free pouches, and you might be able to sell things for higher because of the pouches. Other things might be selling for higher. And finally, there are some bug fixes and nothing too major to be aware of. So I guess what we can see is, haven't looked into too much of the bug fix. What we can notice is we did not get the bonus rate up, as we kind of saw from some of the rumors about, there could be a bonus catch-up mechanics. People were saying the catch-up mechanics is too soon. So we didn't get the rate up. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to say. There is going to be a Cadence story episode. There is going to be a new one. So this is gonna be 2 new islands, it seems. So let's have a look at this one. So the story requests new islands. Yes, new islands will come likely to help with the tier 3 materials, which will be quite interesting for sure. And over here, let's see. So yes, the recommended level for the player's item level is 1,100. So this will be a tier 3 island, very likely. A new endgame quest line to give you more materials. Now that we had a brief summary of the patch notes, let's come over to the most important part. How will the price change, and how should you prepare for this? So this is from my personal knowledge. I am still predicting because, I can't tell the future, right? But using some of the knowledge I have been monitoring the market for a while now, we'll just have a quick prediction of what's going to happen. So I've been, calculating the prices. I've been monitoring the prices for days. And as you can see, it's so many notes about the prices. So I have some knowledge about what's going to happen, but we might get it wrong. So just be aware with me. This is a small warning. So I want to give you guys recommendations, but in case it's wrong, please don't be mad at me. But let's try. So people are going to rush for 1,370. And what you might have noticed is the red and also the blue tier 3 stones those price will rise. Because I have noticed a trend that for the past few days, those prices, notice that the Guardian Stones and also Red Stones, those prices were going back very low before. So notice here the Guardian Stones and also the Red Stones were selling for much lower about 1 to 2 days ago. So 60 gold and 97 gold, and now they have risen back to 140 gold and 78 gold. So the prices of those have been rising because people have been anticipating the patch. When the patch comes out, a lot of people will be rushing for tier 3. And when that happens, those item price will rise. But be aware, we're also meeting with a new supply. So there is going to be a new supply because of the weekly. The new weekly that will come, people will be kind of rushing to sell their supplies because they get a lot of those items from the weekly exchange. So we'll be meeting with new demand and also new supply. Now the rise of those prices of those items is for sure that's going to happen. But with a new supply of weekly, if you guys are thinking of preparing for tier 3 upgrades, maybe you can buy them right after the weekly reset. So the price of those might not rise that quickly because this will be met with a new supply of the new weekly. Usually after a new weekly reset, those items tend to go down a little bit in price, then they spike up again. So we know there's going to be a need for them now for the new patch. But with a new weekly reset, this might be a little distorted at the start of the week. This is for the Thursday, of course. So there's also items like the Leapstone, which similar things will happen. There's also rate up materials like the Solar Grace, Solar Blessing, and also Protection. So those are quite important because this is also the rate up materials. Now the price of those items will rise dramatically. This is because they usually don't come easily right after weekly reset. They come at 11 AM after the weekly reset on Thursday. So the time between the weekly reset, which is 2 AM, and also the 11 AM of the Thursday, so this 9-hour window between it. And between that hour window, those items will rise dramatically. I have been slowly selling mine a little bit, but I'm thinking of holding them and start to sell them after the weekly reset between the 9-hour window. So the price of those will rise for sure. I'm expected to sell them for 80% to 100% more profit. So that's what I'm hoping to sell them because I know there's going to be a massive demand. Now the similar case will also happen for the tier 2 materials because the tier 2's Moon's Breath and also the tier 2's other materials, because players at tier 2 will try to get to tier 3 as quickly as they can. So Moon's Breath and also the homing materials like the the red, also the blue stones, and also maybe the tier 2 rate up mats. So that's the special purple mats. So basically the idea is that players will be rushing for 1370 or at least get to tier 3 when the patch is out or within the week, and this will drive the price. But the only offsetting factor is that there will be increased supply after the weekly reset. But the only thing that's not increasing supply will be the radar materials, because for the first 9 hours we will not get KSK'd and those materials will go up. Overall, the price will have a little, a little dip maybe, or maybe this will go up right away, but the price will definitely go up for all the materials throughout the week, because this is when players are back, they want to play the game, they want to get to the new content, and there is a reason to rush into tier 3. There is a reason to rush into tier 3 with 1370 now. So this is quite interesting as well, right? And finally, items like the pouches. So basically those are the harmony pouches, those are the honor pouches, those are the tier 2, tier 3, tier 1s, they're already really high. So we'll focus on those two. Those will be the new items I'll be looking into trade, because it's very likely those items will increase in price as well. And again, those items, they are affected by the weekly reset. They're also affected by the free, basically the free, the free login bonus. Because if you guys remember last time, because of login bonus, the pouch price has dropped massively. So this will affect it. We'll talk about in more details about those. But at the moment, if you're holding on to Solar Grace, Solar Blessing, Solar Protection, try to sell them for higher right after the weekly reset for this week after the patch. And also for Moon's Breath. Could be doing for Star's Breath as well. And also the tier 2 purple mats for the 10% bonus rate. Got lots of bad spelling, right? And finally, I'm expecting the price to rise for all the retail materials, and this will be pretty big. But the price of skins, some of the skins may be going down, so be aware of this. And maybe, do they say patch? They didn't say patch, right? Now, finally, as some marketing recommendations and what I'll do, for this new patch and also the weekly reset, I'll be holding on my tier 2 and also tier 3 mats. This include the red, blue, and also the Leapstones. So if I get them from the KS dungeons, I wouldn't be selling them right away. What I'll do is, I will consider to sell them after Friday, because after Friday, there will be more radar materials, and people will need other materials. I'll make a video on this very soon and just some my personal recommendation, and I might even consider buying some of those materials right after the weekly reset if the price is cheap. And this will be a pretty big investment, and maybe I spend 100 or 200,000 gold on this. But just make sure you check the price, so you can hold on to them and sell them after Friday. And of course, if they do rise in price massively, and if you want to sell them, you can sell them before Friday, of course. And this is just my personal indicator, because I haven't seen the prices after Thursday, right? And secondly, I will actually hold up my radar materials, the moon threads, the solar grays, etc., all the radar materials for tier 1, for tier 2, and also tier 3. I'll try to sell them at the start of the weekly reset. So this is between the 2 a.m. Thursday and 10 a.m. Thursday. This is before the KS gate is released. And this way I can make the profit as they spike in price. Very likely the price will drop after Friday because there will be more KS gate and people will be holding, but the price, price might drop a little bit because you get a massive supply by Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday you will get more supply of KS gate. So if you guys are thinking of buying the moon spread and also solar grays right now, the market has adjusted, so the price are not cheap, but they're not at its peak. And it's very likely, after the weekly reset, the price will hit its peak around 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. And those are my predictions. Hopefully you guys find it helpful. Make sure you also check if this is the way for your server, because my server is a little inflating in price and people might do different things because of the time zones. So make sure you double check those. And don't follow my recommendation exactly, because we'll have different servers and also different players' preference with their buy and also their choice of selling items. So those are my initial predictions. Let me know what you guys think about the new patch and how I can make a ton of profit trading the market and also preparing for the new patch and aiming to get 1370. We'll be using new guides, new homing materials, and I guess new homing plans to get to plus 15, and I'll teach you guys how to do this very cheaply with different rates and also different tables. We also have a new Excel to come with homing as well. Now, if you guys haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure you do so, because we'll be getting a lot of guides, a lot of tips as I discover them, and I love the game. So I want to share as much as I can with you guys, and let's have a great time in Lost Ark as we explore this game and get the most out of it.